What's going on, Motor City Sports Talk? We in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. One time for the one time, we back. And Jarrad Davis is still having coverage issues. You know, he's still being flat-footed. He's still not, playing the outside leverage. He's still not, improving in coverage. He's still having lapses. And like I said before, when you're an undersized middle linebacker, your coverage supposed to be impeccable, man. Remember Brian Urlacher was a safety. Moved to linebacker. His coverage was great until he really grew into his man body. You know what I'm saying? And for Jarrad Davis, he got to be better in coverage. Will he ever be better in coverage? I don't know. He said he's working on it all summer. But as bad as he was, I heard somebody say that they didn't expect him to get that much better in that short of time. So, a lot of film study, a lot of going out there working on technique. And he's still having lapses like this in the preseason. He's still making the same repetitive mistakes. But it's something that could be fixed. He seems to be a very smart guy. But like I said, man, if he's not going to be great in run support, which is he's okay in run support, you got to be great in coverage. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be a long journey for him to really be great in coverage. And I want to see how Matt Patricia attacks that, how he tries to help Davis be better in coverage. Because if he's still having lapses in preseason in the games, he must be still having lapses in practice. And at the end of the day, a lot of the Patriot linebackers was never that great in man coverage, though. A lot of the Brewskis, the Variables, guys like that were more thumpers, coming downhill thumpers, and they can do they knew they drops. They was great in zone, and that was just the system that they ran. You know what I'm saying? Even when it came to playing Marshall Faulk in the Super Bowl a long time ago, they had a system. They would chip Marshall coming out the backfield. So the Patriots were able to make up for their linebackers' deficiencies and play to their strength and cater their scheme. I believe Patricia is going to have to do that. Not just with Davis, but the whole entire defense. He's going to have to cater to what they do strong and cover up what they do bad. And I think eventually, and that might be already in the cards, because in preseason, you're not going to show your best hand. That's the thing Patricia got in his side right now. On his side right now, excuse me, I'm dealing with a toothache, but I apologize. But that's one thing he does have on his side is the element of surprise. Nobody going to know from week to week what he going to line up with. They don't know if he's going to be 3-4-4-3 hybrid, or what blitz packages he going to call, what true zones or man coverage he going to call. He going to do combo coverage. They don't know. Nobody knows. They have the element of surprise. They only can go by drive basis when they take pictures and they show them the film on the sideline of what they doing, and then they can make the adjustment. But it's hard to make in-game adjustments. It's hard for a quarterback to do that. It's hard for an offense to do that. But for Davis, I don't know if he ever going to get right. You might have to call him Jarrad Can't Get Right Davis. But like I said, it's early in his career. It's definitely early. I think eventually he'll get it together. He's so athletic, though. I don't see why he couldn't get it together. You know what I'm saying? He's very athletic. All the stuff that he's struggling with is technique. It's not nothing athletically that's wrong. It ain't like he ain't quick enough or fast enough. It's technique. I've seen slower linebackers do better in coverage. And it's something that they had to already see on film. Well, when they worked them out, they knew that. They knew that. And the middle linebacker is critical. It's one of the hardest positions to fill in the NFL. A middle linebacker. It's hard to find one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find a really, really good middle linebacker. So, the Lions coaching got to do their job. You know what? They got to sit with him until he get this right. Go through film study. Go through technique. If you got to take a running back, theoretic out there with you, and y'all work on how to cover routes and theoretic give him some game about routes, because he's a master route runner, especially coming out the backfield and line up in the slot. And say if a dude line up on this, they got to just take it back to ground zero with Davis. That's what it is. Back to basics. If a guy line up this way, more than likely he going that way. If a guy coming out the backfield, you know what? You play his inside leverage. Don't give up the inside and make him go outside and make it an outside the hashes throw, because that's a tougher throw. They got to go all the way back to vanilla basics, back to regular basics with this guy as far as coverages, because it seemed like he don't have a clue, how to play the percentages and coverage. Of course, if you go across the the middle in a running back or tight end is able to come across the receiver, across the quarterback face, that's an easier throw across the middle. Rather than, the quarterback being in the middle of the hashes on the right hash has got to make an outside throw from one hash all the way to the other side of the field. That gives you more of an opportunity as that ball sails to break it up in coverage or interception. Just basics, man, that he's lacking. Not just basic technique, basic fundamental knowledge on how to play coverage. And I think eventually he'll get right. Motor City Sports Talk, y'all know what it is. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Already redid the description. All links are there. If you want to hit me up in a business email with a video collab or a business venture, my business email is there as well. Also, if you want to donate, the PayPal link is there as well. Still not monetized, but it is what it is. Shout out to y'all guys. We out.